Most martial artists over 30 years old accept stiffness as a permanent reality. And like so many martial artists out there that were taught, stretching is the way to becoming flexible and having longevity in the field of martial arts. We oftentimes mistaken flexibility training is the key to longevity. However, that's not necessarily the case. As a matter of fact, it should be geared towards building strength, especially when it comes to the back. Specifically the lower back. Lower back strength, flexibility, and mobility is essential when it comes to martial arts, but even more so as you age. In today's video, I will show you guys 4 effective back exercises you should do to greatly minimize and eliminate this back stiffness that seems to arise as we age. It's time to reclaim your fluidity and strength. Let's dive in. The first exercise we're gonna tackle today is the horse stance. Most of you guys that are watching this video are very familiar with the horse stance. As a matter of fact, we learn the horse stance within like the first month of any type of martial arts training that we do. You know, from any type of Shotokan, Kyokushin. When I first started Wing Chun, horse stance was one of the first stances that I got really familiar with. So many of us are pretty acquainted with the horse stance. But did you know that the horse stance not only builds your lower body, but also your back? Specifically your lower back? I mean, at first glance of the horse stance, you're gonna look at them and say, hey, this person is working their lower body. And that's true. You're working your quads, your glutes, you're growing hamstrings, hips, but you're also targeting that lower back, specifically the erector spinae muscle, which is essential in not only martial arts, but also life in general. So in a moment, guys, I'm gonna break down the horse stance and how it really strengthens your lower back. Let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this horse stance, and I'm gonna explain to you how it strengthens your lower back. Okay, so get in a really low horse stance. I know a lot of people who were taught the horse stance, they get a slightly higher variation, but for today's video, I want you guys to stay 90 degrees or maybe a tad bit lower. Okay, relatively wide stance, right? And from here, guys, you're pointing your toes slightly outwards, but you're keeping your back nice and straight, squeezing your glutes and pushing your knees out. So you're externally rotating those hips, okay? I'm gonna show you from this angle, and then now from this angle, okay? So I'm engaging my glutes, which helps to support my lower back, and I'm keeping my torso upright. And I can get deeper into this position like this, pushing my knees further out, engaging my glutes more, because the more you externally rotate your hips, the more you engage those glutes, specifically the gluteus medius and the piriformis, okay? And we're strengthening that lower back in the process. And you simply just hold this position for time. And that's why I say the horse stance is a really great exercise to strengthen your lower back. Yes, you're gonna feel it in your lower body, like legs, glutes, all of that good stuff. But you're also strengthening your lower back in the process. And if you do it the way I explain, you should feel a little bit of tension in your lower back, just because you work in your torso to keep it upright. And so now, horse stance was our first exercise. We're moving on to the second one, and that's gonna be good mornings, but still in that horse stance. This is the next level up after you have a solid foundation with the horse stance. Okay, so what I love about the horse stance good morning is now you're not remaining in a fixed like position for a duration of time. So instead of being in a static position, you're now gonna be moving dynamically, flexing at the hips as much as possible while trying to keep the spine in an extended or neutral like position. So you wanna avoid flexing the back as much as possible. Otherwise, you really won't be able to reap the benefits of the horse stance good morning. For example, guys, I'm sitting on this bench. I'm already kinda like in a horse stance, right? So from here, guys, what I'm gonna do, this is the horse stance good morning, except this is the seated variation. So right here, I'm just flexing at the hips, right? And I'm trying to keep my back as extended as much as possible, or at least keep it neutral. And I'm trying to get as low as I can before I begin to flex like this. So I wanna keep it extended. And then right here, squeezing my glutes, pushing my knees out, and I'm just lifting up and I'm bracing my core. So this is just like the horse stance good morning, right? But now, let's get into the real variation. So I'm gonna show you guys from this angle, okay? This is the horse stance right here, right? Getting a really solid foundational horse stance, okay? From here, guys, we're pushing our knees out, we're keeping our torso upright. All we're gonna do is bend forward, okay? I'm still trying to keep my back extended as much as I can, engaging my glutes. You don't wanna flex right here, because this defeats the whole purpose of that lower back engagement. We wanna keep our lower back engaged as much as we can, keeping our back extended, drive as far downward as you can, and then I'm still pushing my knees out, and then I'm coming up and I'm bracing my core in the process of lifting up. So I can't stress to you guys enough, the horse stance good morning is a game changer. It's the next level up after you have a good horse stance. Move dynamically in that position, and you're gonna watch your lower back stiffness, that rigidness, man, you're gonna watch it just float away. And to get better familiar with the horse stance good morning, just do it in a seated position. Just make sure you guys remember the cues. Keeping your back extended as much as you can, bracing your core, and just move fluidly in that hinge-like motion. So that's our horse stance good morning. The third exercise I have for you guys is the Cossack squat. Guys, you should have already knew the Cossack squat was gonna be on this list. I'm not gonna spend so much time talking about the Cossack squat, as I recently just released a video specifically breaking down the benefits of the Cossack squat. However, for the sake of today's video, I'm gonna tell you guys, the Cossack squat is more than just improving your hip mobility. It also will improve your lower back strength and stability in the process. See, as you guys go side to side with the Cossack squat, you also wanna make sure that you're keeping your back as straight as possible. It's gonna be hard at first, but in due time, if you stay consistent with this exercise, you will get better at this. I regularly use the Cossack squat anytime I felt like I sat for a long period of time. Just a set of 10 reps of the Cossack squat will relieve that lower back tightness you may feel after sitting for a long period of time. So make sure you guys include the Cossack squat in your weekly training regimen. And at times, if you need to do it daily, do them daily, because they're gonna relieve that lower back tightness you may feel after sitting for long periods of time, or maybe even standing. On to the next exercise, the final exercise, which is probably my favorite one, that is the Zercher squat. So like I said, guys, we're down to our final exercise, and that is the Zercher squat. The Zercher squat is one of my favorite exercises to do. It's a compound movement that's going to work your entire body. So in addition to working and strengthening your lower back, of course you have your glutes, hamstrings, quads, your entire lower body, right? But I'm talking you're working every single muscle from head to toe. And that's what I love about the Zercher squat, and really just for martial artists in general, especially for any grapplers out there. This emulates a real life movement that we do every single day. When you go to pick up your kids, clothes, I mean, maybe even your spouse, fellas, picking up your wife, we do Zerchers almost every single day, and that's why I love this particular exercise. But really for strengthening your lower back. This is one of the exercises that I went to when I was having those lower back troubles a couple of years ago, when I felt like I would try to stretch it out and I would have some relief for like a couple of hours, then it would come right back. So I'm like, man, is it just due to me aging? It really just boiled down to me lacking strength in my lower back. Really my posterior chain, but lower back was really tight and weak. So the Zercher squat, guys, how you perform the Zercher squat, there are different ways you can perform the Zercher squat. However, we are going to do my method. Okay, so bear with me. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead, just to start off, if you are uncomfortable with the barbell in the divots of your elbow, then go ahead and find like a pad. I say build it up, just get stronger. Start off with something light. You'll get stronger, and eventually your body will adapt, and you won't have to worry about that uncomfortable sensation. So we're gonna get right here, and hopefully you guys can hear me okay. All right, and I like to have my hands like this. You can have it like this. It's totally up to you. Okay, so from right here, get in a good stance. I have my toes slightly pointing outwards, okay? Just outside of shoulder width apart. And I'm keeping my back as straight as possible. I wanna make sure I have everything braced. My core, my entire body, okay? From here, guys, you can go like this, start right here, and then come up. But what I like to do is get that added range of motion. So what we can do is get low in that squat and get the bar right here. Now you have to work now to keep your back upright, because it's natural for you to come down like this, especially if the weight is too heavy. So you wanna go with a moderate weight where you can get quality reps out of this position. So right here, lift it back up, keep your back straight, brace your core. There you go. So you just repeat that for reps. That's your Zercher squat. But there you go. Those are my 4 exercises I recommend you guys to do to build up your lower back strength. These will help to assess those weaknesses, that tightness you may feel after training or before you even step into training. Include these in your weekly training regimen, and make sure you guys do train accordingly, and also don't rush into things, okay? Take your time. You don't want to succumb to an injury. As with anything, when you're trying to progressively overload, you want to make sure you guys do it intelligently, okay? So train smartly, listen to your body, and most importantly, make sure you guys be intentional. And I forgot to mention, have fun. But y'all know what to do. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys smash that like button. Most importantly, make sure you guys are properly subscribed. I see y'all next video. Peace and mad love as always. And ashe, boom, y'all baby.